Hi-ho, this is Kermit the Frog, and you're listening to a brand new episode of the 12A podcast brought to you by the Four-Eyed Radio Network. Yay! If you would like to check out more shows, go to foureyedradio.com. Yay!
This Four-Eyed Radio production is brought to you by America Joy Print Shop. All your printing needs taken care of in one convenient place. Visit americajoy.com for business cards, flyers, banners, decals, car wraps, and more. Visit americajoy.com.
Hey everybody, this is Jeff, and I am excited to be doing our Christmas episode in my pajamas.
Hey, and this is Steve, and I am taking lots of selfies of myself in my pajamas.
Welcome to the 12A podcast, where you're going to learn about movies, entertainment, and a lot of other cool stuff. And now, here are your hosts, Jeff and Steve.
Yeah! Woo-hoo! Yeah! Welcome to the show! Very excited. Very excited to be here, very excited to do the show. Steve and I have actually been here working on our holiday card for 12A for a while, so that means I've been drinking for a while, so this should be a very interesting show for me.
Or a really short one if I start sleeping.
Yeah.
The alcohol sets in.
Yeah, and not only so, the alcohol is setting in, and we're both doing the show in our pajamas today, next to the Christmas tree. And we're recording some video, so I'm hoping we'll release some video online. But that's going to be determined on if I can muster up the efforts, and number two, if you and I talk about anything interesting
or not,
worthwhile.
Okay, we'll see how it goes.
Since we've been drinking and are in our pajamas, and it's later than usual,
right,
and we're ready for bed.
But on the earlier thing you talked about with this holiday video card thing.
Yes.
I definitely got to say thank you to everybody who, like, last minute. This is why I love the people we work with a lot.
Awesome people, yes.
We like to expand and work with new people, but there's a certain group that we just know we can rely on. So,
right.
2 days ago, Jeff and I got together for coffee. And we sat around and stared at each other for a while, and then we came up with this really, really good idea.
Yeah.
And so in the last 48 hours, we have filmed 6 different characters.
Wow, really?
Now. And we're putting together. It should be good. Yeah. I'm excited for this little holiday project that uses a lot of our cast. So
yeah, it's fun. It's funny to me sometimes. Like sometimes I get frustrated. I'm like, I want to achieve something, and I don't know how to achieve it. And there's a lot of other times though where I'm like, I don't know how we convince the people to do some of the things that we convince them to do. Like, hey, just show up on Tuesday, and we're not telling you what you're going to do, but we want you to be funny.
Yeah.
Or sometimes, like, I remember we did a music video a while back, and we called Marianne up, and we were like, hey, we want to put you in a box, and we want to cover you with blood. And we want you to cry. Right. And she showed up, and she did it.
And it was awesome. And
it was awesome.
Music
really
videos on our YouTube channel right now.
Yeah.
So
it was fun. So
we're into the holidays. It's
yes,
December. We could talk Christmas.
Yeah. Right. Now I know Thanksgiving is your holiday. Mm-hmm. Now, are you in a state of like Thanksgiving is over, so you're kind of sad, and now you're into the holiday that everybody else likes, or are you excited for Christmas? Or the other thing I'm really interested in is now that you're a father, has Lucas sort of brought new life to Christmas since you sort of get to relive your childhood through your kids' eyes?
Interesting. So I am sad. My holiday is over.
Yes.
So I am sad.
Okay.
And now I am helping other people enjoy their holiday. And that's how I see it with Lucas.
Right.
So he we went and got a live tree, and we're decorating it, and he thought it was so cool, and he decorated pretty much the bottom third that he can touch is his decoration. He hung the stuff up.
I'll remember that next time I come over.
And he did a really decent job, but he loves it. The lights are really cool. We're taking him to Zoo Lights this Saturday to check it out. So he's very into that stuff, which makes it more exciting for me.
Yes.
That doesn't necessarily mean like I look forward to it. There's still the gift giving part, and I might have to open up that awkward gift and still have a good smile on my face, and all of that stuff. And what do I get for this person and for this person?
Yes.
And so
which, by the way, my dad called me today and he said, Jeff, I need a gift idea from you. Like, what do you want for Christmas? And I was like, gosh, I don't know what to tell you. And he was like, well, think about something you don't normally buy for yourself that, you could really use. And Shireen overheard the conversation, and she immediately says, underwear.
That you don't use? Oh,
yeah. The last time I bought myself underwear was when I got married, probably.
Well, and so interesting you should bring that up because mine is socks.
Oh, yes.
I get socks from my mother-in-law. She has this big stocking. And
really?
She stocks it, and I love it every year. I know what I'm going to get, and it's perfectly fine with me.
Right.
My favorite beef jerky, a couple of Red Bulls, and brand new socks.
Every year?
In my stocking, yes, at my mother-in-law's house, and it's awesome. And but yeah, I never buy socks. I haven't bought socks since I've been married because and I love it though because I love putting on a good new pair of socks. So
well, that's interesting because when I was 16, my grandmother bought me Barney socks. And I was our grandmother, actually, Sam. And
yes.
I remember she bought me Barney socks. And it was one of those instances where I was like, how old do you think I am? But at the same time, you don't want grandma to feel bad about the gift that she gave you. So you got to be like, oh, thanks, grandma.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But I wanted to go back. You said your dad asked you for something that you don't normally use.
Yes.
And Shireen said underwear.
Yes.
So, okay. Just wanted to clarify that.
Okay, yes.
Don't need to go any more into that.
So can we make sure your fly's closed on your pajama?
Yeah, exactly. And I will say that those two guys are in pajamas. I am not.
Oh,
it's a little awkward for me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why is it awkward for you,
Why is that
Sam?
awkward?
Yeah, why is it?
The strip drinking game hasn't started yet.
Now, if we were naked...
Well, that would be even more.
Okay.
But Steve lived up to his word, and on the last podcast we talked about. He said he was going to wear pajamas, and I kind of made fun of him. He did it. Now Jeff's doing it.
Yep.
And
we're both here in our pajamas. Yes.
Yeah. So now, in a weird way, I feel like the odd man out because I'm not wearing pajamas.
Now, do you wish you were in pajamas?
Not at all.
No. Okay.
All right. So anyway, so as far as holiday traditions go, and I'm really looking forward to. I know Jeff, you went out into the forest like the man you are and cut down your own tree.
Yes. Now, if we release any of this video on YouTube, which I hope we do, the tree behind us, for the first year. I chopped down my own wild Christmas tree. Now, when I lived in Oregon, I chopped down a Christmas tree, but it was at this Christmas tree farm where you go and they grow their own Christmas trees, and you can just pick which Christmas tree you want.
Like a cordoned off.
Right. But this is the first time where Arizona, and I'm sure lots of other states do this, but the Parks Department releases so many permits per forest, and each one has a limit of how tall of a Christmas tree you can buy and what types from which forest you can buy. So Shireen, my wife, and I bought a permit. So for this was the first year we went out in the wild and hunted down our Christmas tree like a wild turkey and chopped it down. And it's this massive, when you go get your own, it's this perfectly trimmed, perfectly shaped, and the right look and color and everything. And this one was, we had to chop it down. It was out in the wild. We had to carry it like a quarter mile, over hills, up a hill to our truck. And then we had to bring it home. And it's it's not trimmed right in certain areas, and it's really bushy, and it's a lot bigger in our house than it looked in the wild, and it's got bald spots in certain areas. And we were going to try and trim it and try to make it as pretty as we could. But then Shireen and I kind of looked at it, and we're like, it's so not perfect, just like life. And that's the way we want it to be. And so that's why we threw these old the old-fashioned big colored bulbs on it, and we got a bunch of old wooden Christmas ornaments from my mom. And so I know that kind of sounds very French. It's very imperfect, just like life. You know,
like my Christmas tree, no?
Right, just like my Christmas tree. Yeah. So
all right.
Yeah, so that was definitely a lot of fun, and I'm hoping you join me next year on the Christmas tree hunt, because we're talking about making a weekend of...
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, is it would be a fun thing. I think Lucas would totally be into that. I would. You know, just the adventure of being out in the forest and, cutting down your own tree. And so...
Now, Sam, would you cut down your own Christmas tree? Or
I might.
You're a You're okay with a fake Christmas tree?
Yes.
I don't know if
Quite
fake's
all right.
not the PC word, but
No, but it is fake.
But it's
Okay.
fake. I
It is
have a
fake,
fake one.
and I'm fine with it.
right.
Yeah.
But going out in the woods and cutting one down would be kind of fun too.
Yeah.
Because really, just like the old story, I had to haul this thing up 6 feet of snow both ways.
Right.
It's like, both
Right.
ways, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's 6 feet of snow up there.
Yeah, yeah, because
that
that's
could
the way.
be fun.
Yeah, that's the way it was for me and Shireen. Like we were driving around looking all day because there's no like lot that you show up. Like you show up at the Christmas tree lot and the lot next to Safeway, and you just pick out your tree. Or if you cut one down in a lot like I did in Oregon, you like just go to the lot and pick one out. But here we're like driving all over the forest trying to find a Christmas tree, and then when we find one, like it's not. Like the type of pine that we picked was a bad pine because it's very pokey and like my hands are all cut up from like carrying the Christmas tree around.
Things you wouldn't think about.
Yeah, right.
You've never had
yeah,
to before.
Right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's really a learning curve.
So I want to know, did you use an axe? Did
No.
you use a chainsaw? Did
Yeah.
you just use the axe for the photo opportunity, or
Yeah,
what
no, I
happened there?
brought a handsaw with me, but because
Okay.
I talked to my dad, because my dad knows all about this type of stuff. He's from Oregon. He used to, when he was a kid, like that's just what you did. You went and chopped down your own Christmas tree. There's
What do you mean
nothing.
you buy
yeah.
one at the
right,
store?
You don't
No.
buy one at the store. You
Yeah.
go, yeah. So that's what he did. And so when I told him what I was going to do, I was like, "Do I bring an axe with me or a saw?" And he's like, "Well, you can bring an axe with you for the photo op if you want." He's like, "But as soon as you're done with the photo, you're going to want that handsaw." So that's what I brought with me was the handsaw.
Good call. Good call.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you take a photo op? Just curious.
I did, but the only thing Shireen missed, she was going to take video of like the tree falling down, and she missed that. But we did the stereotypical. She did some video before I chopped down the tree, and she showed the video, and then she pans to me just like in Christmas Vacation. She's like, "Did you bring the axe?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah." And then I start digging next to the tree, and
Oh, nice. Did you yell timber when it started coming down?
I did not.
Oh,
no.
next year.
Yeah, next year.
We learn. We learn from our mistakes.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's definitely a lot that I've learned. Which if we do a weekend of this, I can pass on a lot of knowledge.
Good.
And
You'll have a training course
I'll
before
have
we
a
go
training
out.
course, and the first thing on the list will be learn about your pine trees. Yeah, learn
Which
about
ones
what
are
types of
sappy
it
and
is,
pokey
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
yeah.
There were
Okay.
so many things. About that movie Christmas Vacation where he cuts down his own tree. There's so many things that I identify with now that I've cut my own tree.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's funny. Yeah, because I've been there now. Yeah. So, yeah.
Now, have you watched any holiday movies yet?
Oh, yes.
Really?
Absolutely. Yeah. You haven't?
I have, but just
Okay.
one.
Just one.
Just one. Our traditional.
Love Actually?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. What about you, Sammy? Have you watched any holiday?
I have not. I've been naughty.
Although your mom has been watching Christmas movies
Yes.
since before Thanksgiving.
My mother.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, my mother gets into these. I showed her how to record on the DVR,
Uh-oh.
and it's like, oh, and so she has piles and piles because Lifetime and Hallmark and all those, they show Christmas movies like starting in October, literally.
Yeah.
So she's got, I don't know, gigabytes of Christmas holiday movies recorded.
Right.
And the funny thing is I haven't showed her how to play them yet, or at least I did, and I think she forgets. So I don't think she's watched them.
Really?
She watches them live and she records them, but then she doesn't watch them after the fact.
After it's over.
So I gotta be a better son and show her.
Yeah. Now, once Christmas is over, is she still going to watch Christmas movies, or is she just going to delete
Yeah, I think
whatever's
she
left
will.
from it? Really? Okay.
Yeah, she's seen these things like 4 times. It's
Right.
kind of like Christmas movies to her are like Monty Python to me, where you just watch them over and over again.
You can't
'cause
watch
like,
them enough, right?
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah. Can't get
So
enough
she
of
probably will. It'll probably be like in July. She'll be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you're watching that movie again."
Well, I remember in October I came over, and she was like, she found out that the Hallmark Channel or something started
Right,
playing
right.
movies, and she was like,
Yeah.
"I'm so excited!"
Wow.
Like, and that, like that's every time I go over to your house, she's always watching a
Yeah.
Christmas movie. Yeah.
She likes them.
Yeah, well, and my mom, she likes a Christmas movie that's like a crime thriller, like murder's got to be involved. And I don't know what's happened to my mom in her age, because I don't remember her being like that when I lived at home, but I was at the house last week, and I don't remember what channel it was on, but there was some, and it was snowy and holiday-ish, but it was a murder mystery thing. So.
Well, I remember your mother being involved, and again, it's scary that I know so much about your mother, but I remember her, like, she really was, like, into these, like, unsolved mysteries and, like, the murder that took place, and they're gruesome and like unsolved mysteries. And it's like
yeah, that's just her thing. So that's her holiday.
Yeah. So
well, then don't mention the fact that our audio drama for Christmas is going to involve a murder mystery.
Yeah, and that's a good segue.
There we go. I was looking out for you, Jeff.
Nice. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. No, that's